We're about 1 year removed from the 2024 MLB draft, so I thought it would be a great time to go back and look at every single pick from the first round of that draft and give you a little update. Little where are they now? Some guys are at the majors, some guys are struggling. By the end of this video, you will know how every single first round pick from last year is doing right now. So drop a like on the video if you enjoy it and you want to see more of this content. I can do this for a lot of MLB drafts. If this does well, I'll continue to do them for all of them. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc, links are in the description. But first, I gotta give that SeatGeek shout out. Remember to use my code Giraffe10 for 10% off any purchase on SeatGeek. Doesn't need to be a first-time purchase or not. You can save 10% right now using my code Giraffe10. And with the baseball season about to start up right after the All-Star break, there's no better time to buy some tickets. We're getting close to the trade deadline. Games are starting to matter more and more, and you need to be there in person to see the action live. Or maybe you want to go watch the Summer League or NFL preseason, whatever you want. SeatGeek has tickets to them because SeatGeek takes tickets from all across the web and puts them in one place to make your ticket buying experience as easy and as cheap as possible, along with my code Giraffe10 to save an extra 10%. My personal favorite feature on SeatGeek is their SeatGeek score. That's where they take tickets and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. When you see tickets that are a score of 10 or have green dots next to them, that means it's a good deal. You should buy those tickets. If you see tickets with a red dot or a score closer to 1 towards the bottom, that means avoid it. You don't need to buy those. So again, just in case you missed that at the beginning, I've got the hookup for you guys. Use my code Giraffe10 at checkout on SeatGeek to save 10% off your next ticket purchase. Again, does not need to be a first-time buy. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. With the last pick of the first round at number 30 overall, the Texas Rangers selected Malcolm Moore, catcher out of Stanford University. Malcolm immediately got sent to High A Hickory, where he played in 25 games, struggled a bit with an on-base percentage under 300, a batting average at 209, and an OPS at 672. In 2025, while he's dealt with some injuries, only playing in 22 total games so far, in 17 games at High A, Malcolm has a 254 average, 392 on base, 356 slugging, and a 748 OPS. That kind of plate discipline is really impressive at that level. We'll definitely keep an eye out on Malcolm Moore for the future. Next up at number 29, the Arizona Diamondbacks selected Slade Caldwell, an outfield prospect out of Valley View High School in Arkansas. Caldwell did not play at all during the 2024 season after being drafted, but this year in 2025, the Diamondbacks have been extremely aggressive with Slade Caldwell. After a great start in Low A, Visalia, 48 games, stole 13 bases, hit 294 with a 460 on base, 454 slugging, and a 914 OPS. They promoted him to Hillsboro High A, where he's one of the youngest players in that league. He's struggling a little bit more, but still has an incredibly high on base percentage at 382 with a 208 average, not hitting for much power, which gives him a 655 OPS, but he's only 19 years old at High A, getting on base at nearly a 40% clip. Slade Caldwell is also slated to play in the Futures game, is currently ranked as the 84th best prospect in baseball according to MLB Pipeline, and has a very bright future ahead of him. With the 28th overall pick in the MLB draft, the Houston Astros selected Walker Yannik, catcher out of Sam Houston State. In 2024, Yannik went immediately to Asheville High A in the Sally League. 25 games, struggled quite a bit, only a 502 OPS in that small sample. But this year, at the same level, High A in Asheville, Yannik has been off to a great start. 49 games, 6 homers, 15 doubles, 20 RBIs, and he stole 15 bases as a catcher, which is super impressive. 271 average, 346 on base, a 457 slugging, gives him an OPS at 803. Yannik has been absolutely mashing. Yannik is currently rated as the number 3 prospect in the Astros organization according to MLB Pipeline, and looks poised to be promoted at some point during the season if he continues with the offensive production. Yannick's having a technical great year too in the minors. For the Philadelphia Phillies, with the 27th overall pick, they selected Dante Nori, outfielder out of Northville High School in Northville, Michigan. Nori, in his first season in pro ball back in 2024 after being drafted, played in 14 games in Clearwater at Low A, only had 1 extra base hit, hit 240, but had a 424 on base percentage, walked more than he struck out, gave him a 704 OPS. This year, he's still in Low A at Clearwater, struggling again a little bit, but still showing incredible plate discipline. 41 walks on the season in 340 plate appearances. That's a great walk ratio. A 260 average, 349 on base, 342 slugging for a 692 OPS. He stole 19 bases, 13 doubles on the season, a few triples. Nori was not meant to be one of these prospects that flew through the system, and right now he does rank as the Phillies' 8th best prospect in their farm system according to MLB Pipeline. Next up at number 26, we've got the New York Yankees, and with their selection, they took Ben Hess, a right-handed pitcher out of the University of Alabama. Ben Hess was off to a crazy start this year. He did not play in 2024 after being drafted. He immediately went to High A Hudson Valley Renegades, where he's he's made 10 starts, 45 and 2/3 innings, a 4.5 ERA with a whip at 1.292. Hess has struck out over 33% of the batters he's faced while walking 14. While you'd like to see the walks get down, a 33% strikeout rate is pretty impressive. The stuff looks really good on Ben Hess. He's got a fastball that can reach up to 100 miles an hour with some arm side run, and he's really difficult to barrel. Hess is currently ranked as the number 3 prospect in the Yankees farm system, and is someone who can be seen as maybe a fast riser in the system because the strikeout stuff is very good. Into the top 25 we go. At number 25, the San Diego Padres are up, and they selected a left-handed pitching prospect out of Elk City High School in Oklahoma, Cash Mayfield. Cash Mayfield instantly came into this Padres farm system as one of their best prospects in the system. He's currently ranked number 3 according to MLB Pipeline, and he's off to a great professional baseball start. At 20 years of age, Cash Mayfield has made 11 starts, 31 innings pitched, a whip at 1.161, an ERA at 3.48, a K/9 at 14.2 is absolutely disgusting. That gives him a strikeout rate at low A of 37.1% with a walk rate of 11.4. That is one of the best K rates as well as one of the best K to walk rates in the entire league. What gets you excited about Mayfield is a really strong left-handed fastball that can touch the upper 90s along with a devastatingly good changeup. Mayfield looks like a great prospect, a lot more development to come, but someone who you could see hovering around the top 100 prospect lists very soon. With the 24th pick in the 2024 MLB draft, the Atlanta Braves selected Caminiti, left-handed pitcher out of Saguaro High School in Arizona. And Caminiti is already one of the top pitching prospects in Major League Baseball. The Braves hit an absolute home run with this kid. So far, he's made 5 starts at low A ball this season after making his debut in 2024 as a 17-year-old. So at 18, almost a full 4 years younger than the average age at the level in his league. Caminiti's made 5 starts, a 2.95 ERA in 18 1/3 innings pitched. A whip at 1.3 is a little bit higher than you would expect, but he is striking out a ton of batters, not giving up the long ball. He's already ranked inside the top 75 prospects according to MLB Pipeline at number 61. He is clearly the best prospect in the entire Braves system, and when you're rocking a 26% K to walk ratio, 36.4% strikeout ratio at A ball as an 18-year-old, that's going to turn some heads. A really good fastball, again, that can touch the upper 90s with a great slider and a really good changeup. Caminiti is a very exciting pitching prospect for the future of the Braves. With the 23rd overall pick of the 2024 MLB draft, the Los Angeles Dodgers selected Kellen Lindsey out of Hardy High School in Florida. Lindsey was a prospect that I was pretty high on, especially when you see a team like the Dodgers take him. Incredible athlete, got an 80 run grade, hoping that the rest of the tools can come along. Now, he's only played in 30 games this year due to an undisclosed injury, but in those 30 games, Lindsey's shown some real promise. As a 19-year-old for Rancho Cucamonga in the California League, that's low A in case you aren't sure, 28 games, a 280 average, 394 on base is phenomenal, 390 slugging, and a 784 OPS. Is he striking out a little bit? Definitely. 45 strikeouts and 142 plate appearances, but he's showing great plate discipline. He's stealing bags, showing off that speed. He's even hit a couple home runs. Kellen Lindsey's a very intriguing prospect, and of course, the Dodgers system is absolutely loaded, so Kellen Lindsey finds himself as the 7th ranked prospect according to MLB Pipeline. I expect that to change as he continues to perform at the high rates that he is, especially with that really high walk rate and on-base percentage. Because of the athleticism, you've got to keep an eye on Kellen Lindsey. Shortstop with that speed's always interesting. Next up are the Baltimore Orioles, and at number 22, they selected one of the best college outfielders, Vance Honeycutt out of the University of North Carolina. Honeycutt absolutely dominated college baseball in 2024, finished with an 1124 OPS. At the minor league level, it has been a bit of a struggle for Honeycutt. So far in 2 seasons at high A, he's played a total of 73 games, 3 homers, 7 doubles, 4 triples, 19 RBIs, and 22 stolen bases, hitting 171 with a 290 on base, 262 slugging, and a 552 OPS. This is not what the Orioles expected to see from Honeycutt, a guy that many viewed as someone who could fly through the minor league system, especially when we've seen a lot of college hitters really succeed at the minors. It is a bit shocking that Vance Honeycutt has struggled like he has. At the moment, Vance Honeycutt is still ranked as the number 4 prospect in the Orioles farm system, according to MLB Pipeline, but according to Baseball America, Honeycutt has dropped all the way down to number 13 based on what they've seen thus far. I expect Pipeline's going to make that adjustment soon. Don't give up on Honeycutt yet. The power is so legit, but he has struggled so far in his first season-ish of pro baseball. At the number 21 spot, the Minnesota Twins selected Kaelen Culpepper, a shortstop out of Kansas State University. And Culpepper has been awesome so far. In 2024, he got all the way to high A after being drafted, only played in 26 games, but finished the year with a 724 OPS. This season, Culpepper has become one of the better prospects in minor league baseball. 67 games, he's now gotten up to Double A, most of those being played at high A, but now he's up to Double A, 11 homers, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 41 RBIs, and 18 stolen bases. He's hitting .299 with a 389 on base, 469 slugging, and an 858 OPS. He is going to be playing in the futures game for the American League, playing shortstop, maybe even a little bit of second base. Culpepper finally cracked the top 100 prospects on MLB Pipeline at number 96. He's a shortstop with a really good arm, great glove, and he's starting to really put it all together at the plate. This is somebody to be excited about in the Minnesota Twins system. This dude can absolutely mash. And then for the last pick in the 20s, at number 20, you've got the Blue Jays selecting Trey Yesavage, a right-handed pitcher out of East Carolina. And to be honest, he's been one of the better pitching picks of the entire first round. Yesavage was a guy that a lot of people saw that could go inside the top 10 because of how good the stuff was, but there were some concerns coming into the draft. I think Yesavage has completely shut down those concerns because so far this year, he's thrown 67 innings, already got all the way up to Double-A New Hampshire, and he has an ERA at 3.19, a whip under one at .990. He struck out 111 batters so far in 67 innings, only allowing 37 hits is disgusting. Yesavage is all the way up to number 57 on MLB Pipeline's rankings in terms of top 100 prospects in baseball. He's the number 2 prospect in the Blue Jays organization. You can also see Trey Yesavage playing in the futures game this upcoming weekend on the American League team. He's just simply one of the best pitching prospects in baseball. A big fastball, great splitter. I wouldn't be surprised if Yesavage is on the Major League roster next season for the Blue Jays. He's that good. Finally, inside the top 20 at number 19, the New York Mets are up, and they selected Carson Benge, outfielder out of Oklahoma State. Benge off to a great start in his professional career with the Mets. Just got called up to Double-A about a week ago. He's played 70 games this season between High A Brooklyn and Double-A Binghamton. 5 homers, 19 doubles, 5 triples, 39 RBIs, and 17 stolen bases, hitting .295 with a 412 on base, 465 slugging, 877 OPS. The big thing there, you might think the power numbers are a little bit low. As a left-handed hitter playing for the Brooklyn Cyclones, right field is literally the beach. So showing that kind of power, that kind of patience for a guy like Carson Benge is absolutely huge for his development. He's even been playing a little bit of center field this year, which is huge for his value. Benge will be featured in the futures game for the National League as well, and is currently ranked as the 74th best prospect in minor league baseball according to MLB Pipeline. Really excited for Benge. With the 18th overall pick, the Texas Rangers selected Theo Gillen, an outfield prospect out of Westlake High School in Austin, Texas. And Gillen has been great. Gillen is another one of these athletic freaks that the Rays drafted, and I am super high on. So far, in 51 games, he did technically make his pro debut in 2024, but struggled mightily. But this year, in 51 games, at Low A Charleston, Gillen has 5 homers, 6 doubles, a triple, and 13 RBIs with 28 stolen bases, hitting .277 with a 450 on base, 410 slugging, and 860 OPS. He's walked 50 times in 51 games. He struck out 54 times. He's only been caught stealing 3. The tools have always been crazy with Theo Gillen, and of course, there's not really a better team to have him than the Tampa Bay Rays. Gillen is currently ranked as the 67th best prospect in minor league baseball according to MLB Pipeline, and number 2 in the Rays system. Next up at number 17, the Milwaukee Brewers selected Braylon Payne, outfielder out of Lawrence E. Elkins High School in Missouri City, Texas. Payne played 4 games in 2024 as a 17-year-old. Low A, was pretty sick in that small sample. And so far in 50 games at the same level as an 18-year-old, he's done some really interesting things. 5 homers, 4 doubles, 4 triples, and 23 RBIs with 21 stolen bases, hitting .249 with a 356 on base, 392 slugging, and a 747 OPS. Payne is a guy who is going to build into his power, and truthfully, the Brewers have been one of the best organizations recently in developing young talent. We've seen it with Chourio. We're seeing it with Jesus Mate and Luis Pena. I think we're going to see it with Braylon Payne too. The size is really projectable for some more power. While Payne is not ranked inside the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball, he comes in at number 9 for the Brewers organization in what is an absolutely loaded farm system. Someone who I think with a little more development on the power side can definitely blossom into a top 100 prospect. Next up at number 16, we've got PJ Morlando, a high schooler taken out of Somerville High School in South Carolina. Carolina. Morlando has struggled with some injuries early on in his minor league career, only made one appearance in 2024. This year in 2025, he's made 20 appearances at Low A Jupiter for the Marlins, hitting .231 with a .427 on base, .385 slugging, and .812 OPS. It's a small sample, but you can see what the Marlins are already excited about. Incredible plate discipline. A .427 on base percentage is phenomenal. 20 walks in 20 games while only striking out 26 times. This is a guy who is going to be very patient at the plate, very selective, with great pop. It's a weak Marlins farm system, but they're getting better as they've been going with Peter Bendix at the helm. And while Morlando's ranked number 7 in the Marlins farm system according to Pipeline, and because of his small sample size, Morlando currently finds himself at number 7 in MLB Pipeline's rankings in the Marlins farm system. Halfway through the draft here, at number 15, the Seattle Mariners are up, and they selected Jurrangelo Cijntje out of Mississippi State. Yes, the switch pitcher. Let's talk about him. Cijntje is one of the most interesting prospects in all of minor league baseball because he's a switch pitcher. And so far this season, he's made 16 appearances, 13 starts, 56 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 4.95 ERA, a whip at 1.349. He's been mostly starting as a right-handed pitcher, seen more as a lefty specialist from the left side. But we're seeing pretty good strikeout rates, 25.6%. He is walking a few more guys than you'd like, so his K-to-walk ratio isn't off the charts. But for a guy who's a switch pitcher who can be that valuable to a major league roster at some point with a good fastball, good slider, it's all about developing those other pitches, and maybe eventually he does just become a right-handed thrower because he is seen more as a reliever as a lefty, a starter as a righty. Cijntje is currently ranked as the number 79 prospect in Major League Baseball according to MLB Pipeline. With the 14th overall pick in the MLB draft, the Chicago Cubs selected Cam Smith, who is now on the Houston Astros, as we know, a major piece of the Kyle Tucker trade. And let me tell you, while it's crazy to trade Kyle Tucker, it's working out decently well for the Astros because Cam Smith is already at the major league level, played a total of 32 games in the minors for the Cubs, immediately got to the majors with the Astros, and after a slow start, he is turned into a really valuable player for the Astros this year. Also, his nicknames on Baseball Reference are crazy. Sweet Pickle and Aircraft Carrier, those are awesome. Cam Smith on the season, 77 games, 7 homers, 15 doubles, 2 triples, and 39 RBIs, hitting .282, which is fantastic, with a .347 on base, .429 slugging, .775 OPS plus at 117. Astros look like geniuses for calling this guy up to start the season. He would be a Rookie of the Year favorite if it wasn't for Jacob Wilson. He's had a really good couple months here after a slow start to the season. Cam Smith is a good baseball player. It's hard to trade a top 10, maybe 15 player in the league and feel like you got good stuff back, but the way that Cam Smith's performing at age 22, Astros got to be feeling good about their haul back for Tucker. With the 13th overall pick, the San Francisco Giants selected James Tibbs, prospect out of Florida State. You might know the name because James Tibbs was just traded to the Boston Red Sox in the Rafael Devers trade, and with good reasoning. He was absolutely crushing high A ball this season, an .857 OPS with a near 400 on base percentage. When the Red Sox got him in the trade, they immediately promoted him to Double-A Portland, and he's off to a great start there too. 16 games, not showing a ton of power, only 4 extra base hits, but he's hitting .286 with a .378 on base, .397 slugging for a .775 OPS. While Tibbs does not crack the top 100 prospect rankings on MLB Pipeline, you can find him at number 6 inside the Red Sox organization, someone who has great plate discipline and a lot of pop in that bat. With the 12th overall pick, we have another guy that's been traded. Oh my God, the Red Sox were given a gift. Braden Montgomery at number 12. They ended up trading him to the White Sox in exchange for Garrett Crochet. I think the trades worked out really well for the Red Sox. And for the White Sox, Braden Montgomery is doing what we expected. He fell a little bit in the draft due to a knee injury at the end of the season. And while he didn't play at all in 2024, in 2025, he's already up to high A ball, and he's looking really good. 10 homers, 18 doubles, 2 triples, and 49 RBIs with 10 stolen bases, hitting .261 with a .344 on base, .444 slugging, and a .787 OPS on the season. Montgomery is a very talented player, someone who was one of my favorite players in the entire draft class. You can see him play in the futures game for the American League, and is currently ranked as the number 32 prospect in all of minor league baseball, according to MLB Pipeline. The ceiling is super high on this kid. Just outside the top 10 at number 11, we've got the Detroit Tigers selecting Bryce Rainer, a shortstop prospect out of Harvard Westlake High School in LA. And we know Harvard Westlake, absolute powerhouse of a high school. Rainer is off to a great start in low A, absolutely dominating intriguing despite only being 19 years old. 5 homers, 5 doubles, 22 RBIs with 9 stolen bases, hitting .288 with a .383 on base, .448 slugging, .831 OPS. His swing was one of my favorite in the entire class, reminded me of Corey Seager's. While he is struggling a little bit defensively at the shortstop position, making quite a few errors, Rainer is widely seen as one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball, definitely one of the best prospects in a loaded Tigers farm system. In the Tigers system, he's the 3rd-ranked prospect. In Major League Baseball, he's number 41 according to MLB Pipeline. Rainer's a guy who I think we'll see at high A by the end of the season. He's just hitting too well at the low level. All right, getting the top 10 start at number 10, we've got Seaver King, who is selected by the Washington Nationals out of Wake Forest. King made his professional debut immediately after the draft, playing 20 games at low A Fredericksburg, where he hit .295 with a .367 on base and a .751 OPS. This season, he has been struggling, but the Nationals bumped him up to Double A Harrisburg on the season between high A and Double A. 5 homers, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 27 RBIs with 15 stolen bases, hitting .249 with a .296 on base, .352 slugging, and a .648 OPS. There are going to be some improvements that need to be made to Seaver King's offensive game, specifically his discipline. He's only walked 16 times in 74 games while striking out 69. Nice, but not nice. Someone who I think the Nationals expected to develop fast. King was seen as someone with a very high floor because of where he could play in the infield and how good he was defensively. King is currently ranked as the number 4 prospect in the Nationals farm system according to MLB Pipeline. With the 9th overall pick, the Pittsburgh Pirates selected Konnor Griffin, shortstop out of Jackson Prep School in Mississippi. And simply put, Konnor Griffin is one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball. He is so ridiculously good. First off, he's a freak athlete, 6'4", 225, and he runs like the wind. And he is dominating the minor leagues. He is all the way up to high A in this season as a 19-year-old. He's played a total of 73 games, 13 homers, 16 doubles, 2 triples, 53 RBIs, 40 stolen bases. He's hitting .333 across 2 levels, .404 on base, .532 slugging with a .936 OPS. He's playing better at high A than he was at low A. Konnor Griffin is simply going to be one of the 5 best prospects in minor league baseball when the season ends, could maybe even take the number 1 spot. There is serious superstar generational talent potential being tagged to this kid. I'm really happy he's going to be playing in the Futures game. You got to watch this kid play. He could play shortstop. He could play center field. Konnor Griffin is one of the best prospects in minor league baseball. He's currently ranked at number 13 in MLB Pipeline, and that's only with 70 games being played. He's sick. With the 8th overall pick in the 2024 MLB draft, the Los Angeles Angels selected Christian Moore, second baseman out of University of Tennessee. And as you guys already know, Christian Moore flew through the minor leagues and made his major league debut this season. In the minors, Christian Moore was absolutely mashing the baseball. The Angels had to call him up, especially as a team who's looking to make a push for the playoffs, shockingly, and needs some help at second base. While he's currently on the IL before that injury, Christian Moore had some relative success. 3 homers, 10 hits in 18 games. He has a low batting average at 189, but he was getting on base at a decent clip, 302 for that low average, an OPS hovering around 700, and OPS plus at 94. Moore is definitely a hit first second baseman. Like I said, he dominated the minor leagues with the bat, and someone who I think we've seen the Angels now have kind of made it of a thing. They want major league ready players, and Moore is definitely that guy. He's going to be the second baseman for a long time out in LA. With the 7th overall pick in the 2024 MLB draft, the St. Louis Cardinals selected J.J. Wetherholt, which felt like a gift from the baseball gods again to the Cardinals that he fell all the way to them. Simply put, Wetherholt is one of the best prospects in baseball. 62 games at Double-A this year after dominating A-ball in 2024. Wetherholt this season has 7 homers, 14 doubles, 34 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases at Double-A Springfield, hitting .300 with a .425 on base, .466 slugging, .892 OPS. He's walked 4 more times than he struck out. He's playing good defense. Looks like he's a legitimate shortstop for the future, and if not, he'll be great at second base. Wetherholt will also be playing for the National League in the Futures game, which is awesome. Wetherholt's just a really good player. He mashed at West Virginia. He's mashing in the minor leagues now, and according to MLB Pipeline, he's a top 20 prospect in baseball, coming in at number 19. Just as at the top 5, at number 6, the Kansas City Royals selected Jac Caglianone out of University of Florida. You guys know all about Jac Cag, Italian Otani, whatever you want to call him. He has struggled quite a bit at the major league level, and this was expected, but hey, he's already made his major league debut. 30 games, 16 hits, 2 homers, 4 doubles, 4 RBIs, hitting 144 with a 202 on base, 234 slugging, and a 436 OPS. But this is all while also trying to learn how to play the outfield. This guy's been a DH a lot of his career. At the University of Florida, he basically only played first base and pitched. So they're trying to teach him a new position at the major league level while also putting a lot of pressure on him to hit. Kind of don't don't love what the Royals are doing to him, but I do think Caglianone figures it out at some point. He was way too good for the minor leagues already. The offensive numbers and the exit velos were crazy. There's always going to be the swing and miss strikeout concern with a guy like Jac Cag because of the big, powerful swing. But when he figures it out, which he will, he is going to be a scary, productive hitter for this Royals roster. Finally, getting the top 5 started at number 5, we've got the Chicago White Sox selecting Hagen Smith out of the University of Arkansas. Smith was widely seen as one of the best pitchers in college baseball in 2024. He made 3 appearances in 2020 at High A, looked really good. White Sox immediately put him to Double A Birmingham, where he's made 9 starts this year, 30 innings pitched, a 2.7 ERA, a whip at 1.2, struck out 50 batters so far in 30 innings is absolutely insane. He's got one of the highest K rates in Double A. He's not giving up any hits. He's giving up almost no home runs. He is walking more guys than you'd like to see, but the stuff is so ridiculously good with Hagen Smith that you're not worried about those numbers just yet because the swing and miss potential is crazy. Smith is widely considered to be one of the top prospects in all of minor league baseball, ranked at number 38 according to MLB Pipeline, and a guy who maybe has a chance to crack the major league rotation by the 2026 season. With the 4th overall pick, the Oakland A's, now just Athletics, selected Mr. Nicholas Kurtz out of Wake Forest. Mr. Kurtz, as I like to call him, as you know, has already been called up to the majors, and he's been incredible. Similarly, if it wasn't for his teammate Jacob Wilson, he'd be one of the front runners for Rookie of the Year right now. He's played in 52 games, 13 homers, 7 doubles, 35 RBIs, hitting .243 with a .316 on base, .503 slugging, .818 OPS for an OPS plus at 124. And after struggling for the first 30 games of his major league career, since the middle of June, Mr. Kurtz has 8 homers, has an OPS over 1,000, looks to be a legitimate, awesome hitter for the Athletics. They're building a really nice core there, and Mr. Nicholas Kurtz is a part of the future for sure. With the 3rd overall pick, the Colorado Rockies selected Charlie Condon, who many people thought was the best prospect in the entire draft. Made 25 appearances in 2024, High A Spokane, was terrible. This year in 2025, he's now been promoted to Double A after dominating Spokane. 50 games total this year in the minors, 3 homers, 11 doubles, 25 RBIs, hitting .297 with a .404 on base, .405 slugging, and an .809 OPS. What you loved about Charlie Condon is the big exit velos. At the University of Georgia, he hit a ton of home runs and was hitting the ball extremely hard. The Rockies have actually moved him over to first base this year despite being an outfielder at times in college. So you can catch him in the Futures game playing first base for the National League side. Condon is currently ranked as the 23rd best prospect in Major League Baseball, according to MLB Pipeline. Finally, at number 2, we have the Reds pick, where they took Chase Burns out of Wake Forest, and Chase Burns was simply one of the best pitching prospects in minor league baseball. He's now been called up to the Major League level, and while he did struggle in one of his starts, it was found out he was tipping his pitches. Chase Burns has some of the nastiest stuff in the majors. Not even kidding, he has stuff kind of similar-ish to Paul Skeens, where I feel like a lot of people almost slept on him, despite him having ridiculously good college numbers. He has crazy swing and miss stuff. If you take away the bad start against the Red Sox, he's only given up 4 earned runs in about 9 2/3 innings, striking out over 15 batters, walking only 4. You take away the tipping pitches start, and Chase Burns is looking disgusting. And again, at the minor league level, he was just simply too good to be kept down there. He made 13 appearances this year in 2025, a 1.77 ERA, a whip of .773, struck out 89 batters in 66 innings. Like, he was so good, and he will be a frontline starter for the foreseeable future for the Cincinnati Reds. Chase Burns is nasty. And then finally, with the number 1 overall pick, the Cleveland Guardians selected an Aussie, Travis Bazzana, out of Oregon State University. Now, Bazzana currently finds himself on the IL with an injury, so he's only played in 35 games this year, but he made his debut in 2024 at High A Lake County, finished with a .765 OPS, which is really solid. This year was at Double A Akron, the Rubber Ducks, .252 average, .362 on base, .433 slugging for a .795 OPS, 4 homers, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 17 RBI, stealing 8 bases. Bazzana's a really good hitter, someone who we could expect to see out in Cleveland, I think, in the foreseeable future, as early as 2026. He's got a great hit tool, a great short, compact swing from the left side with pop, and it's always cool to see a foreign player, an Australian, go number 1 overall, grow in the game. Travis Bazzana is going to be a huge reason for it out in Australia. One of the best prospects in baseball, ranked as the 16th best prospect in the league, according to MLB Pipeline. So those are all the first-round picks from the 2025 2024 MLB draft. That's what they're up to right now. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Who's your favorite prospect for the 2024 MLB draft? Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Remember, I'll do this for the 2023 draft, 2022, whatever. Just let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of this content. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on it. Follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in description. That's where I'll wrap it up. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all on the next video. Bye.